In other news, workers of the city of Little Rock can breathe a sigh of relief as the 2025 budget finally passes. Not everyone got what they wanted, but because of the budget agreement, pay raises for 2,000 city employees will still take effect on January 1st. The board has been spending the past few weeks debating whether to change the schedule of firefighters from 24 hours on to 48 hours off, or 48 hours on and 96 hours off. Pushback by the fire department wasn't enough to sway board members, but it did get them a different win. Director Cappy Peck promised to address other issues raised by firefighters, such as working conditions that they say pose safety concerns. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. says fixing all of the issues comes down to dollars.
There were some issues that were brought to light that had not been shared with myself, that some are being addressed right now. As a city, we got to prioritize the funds that we have. And so we prioritize the raises for our firefighters. We prioritize equipment and $2 million trucks. But yes, there are a list of things that have not received the attention over the past 20, 30 years.
But as part of the budget, firefighters in the city's 2-year contract will be getting that 5% raise for the first year and the second year as well. The mayor says the raises will take effect January 1st, and he adds that if the fire department workforce support for a schedule change grows to 70%, the board is willing to revisit the issue. Now we have an update on the Christmas Eve shooting outside a church in the small eastern Arkansas town of Hughes. Authorities there are still not releasing the name of the police officer who shot and killed a woman. Many questions remain over the Christmas Eve confrontation in front of the Hughes Church of God on Main Street. The unidentified officer shot 26-year-old Allie Kundert, saying she was holding a gun and causing a disturbance. But authorities are not saying exactly what led to the officer shooting the woman. A witness nearby heard it unfold.
I heard one shot, but then I heard 3 more other shots. Then I heard a lady screaming.
Our sister station from Memphis has asked the police chief some questions, but so far no response. State police special agents are investigating, and the St. Francis County prosecutor will determine whether deadly force was in fact justified. Also today, we are receiving new information on that passenger plane that fell from the sky, bursting into flames on an Azerbaijan Airlines flight. New footage shows holes in the aircraft fuselage. That suggests shrapnel, not a flock of birds, brought down the passenger plane. Now, U.S. officials say there are preliminary indications that a Russian anti-aircraft system may have hit the plane. With 67 people on board, 38 of them died.
Ukrainian drones were active at the time, and this is commensurate with everything we've seen in the pilot's communication with air traffic control. And currently, it's the only thing that fully fits the facts that we know.
The flight left the capital city of Baku for Grozny, Russia, but due to dense fog, the passenger jet was diverted toward the Caspian Sea before eventually crashing in Kazakhstan, some 250 miles east. And along the way, its GPS also reportedly jammed, causing even more deviations from the flight plan. The incoming Trump administration is planning to bring back an immigration policy that sparked controversy in his first term, family separation. Katrina Kaufman reports from Washington, D.C.
President-elect Trump's incoming border czar says they're preparing to begin a massive roundup of undocumented immigrants. Tom Homan told The Washington Post that includes bringing back a controversial policy from Trump's first administration, family detention. Homan says they plan to build tent structures to hold thousands of migrants at any given time.
We need at least 100,000 beds, but I'm not going to put a limit on it. I'm telling the minimum we need 100,000 beds because we got a big population to look for.
Detainees will include families, giving undocumented parents the choice of leaving children born in the United States behind or being deported with them.
The administration is going to say we're not going to separate mom and dad. Mom and dad it's their privilege if they want to leave with their child. It's a cute way of saying we don't care.
Englewood, New Jersey Mayor Michael Wilds, who is also an immigration attorney, tells CBS News that he believes the policy is unconstitutional.
We're dealing here with American citizens who can't speak for themselves, children that may now be deported from America.
Holman responded to criticism, telling the Post, "You knew you were in the country illegally and chose to have a child, so you put your family in that position." Katrina Kaufman, CBS News, Washington.
Now to some consumer news. With the holiday shopping season now over, mom and pop toy shops across the country are expressing fears over the future if President-elect Trump follows through with his threat to hit China with big tariffs. Nearly 80% of toys sold in the U.S. are made in China, according to the Toy Association. Large retailers like Amazon already dominate the U.S. toy market. With their size, Amazon could likely absorb some of a tariff on China, but small businesses like Westside Kids wouldn't be able to.
Where do most of the products in your store come from?
China.
And kind of what percentage?
90%, I'd say.
And so if there was a tariff, would prices go up for consumers?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How quickly?
Probably instantly.
President-elect Trump has said these tariffs could be a negotiating tool as well as a push to bring manufacturing to the states. But these smaller businesses worry, saying domestic production doesn't happen overnight.